So just like a little bit of background, grew up in LA. Uh, I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I produced music. I just directed and edited my first music video, like fully by myself. I do clothes, and that's always what I wanted to be. And our school system is not designed to foster that. That's not seen as like a legitimate thing to be, especially at that time, the early 2000s. Like being into music and musicals and fashion is something that I got made fun of for.
Right.
Like it wasn't considered like manly, quote unquote, like being into sports or something more based in domination and winning. So the system wasn't really supportive of me as a child. And I went to the Los Angeles Unified School District, where we have the LA School Police Department, which is the biggest school police department in the world. It's one of the biggest police departments, period, in the world. It's an independent police department where armed officers are on campuses. And so the way they deal with their students is not through, there's rules that you break, but there's laws that you break, and you get tickets and you get arrested. So I was, that was kind of the context I grew up in. And by the time I was ninth grade, I was selling drugs to get my school clothes and failing out of school. And they put all the kids who are failing in the same classes. And then these two young Black organizers who actually graduated from my school, went to college and came back. They came into the classes and started working with us and started teaching us community organizing. And that's where I got politicized. And that's where I started really learning these started learning these concepts at first. So I had read Bell Hooks when I was 14 at the end of ninth grade.
Who
5
gave
years
you Bell
before I
Hooks
even
to
went to
read?
prison. My mentors, Vitaly and Mark Anthony Johnson and Jason David, Patrice Cullors, like these are the people who mentored me as a child.
Right.
And so I had started reading that when I was 14, 15, 16 years old, but there was still like, there was still compartmentalization taking place in that. I would try to bring my homies to the march, and I would try to bring the like movement to my homies who are in the streets, but it didn't mesh. So I was kind of being in both. And but that was always still my most supportive community. So when I got locked up, like I was already aware before I got locked up, when I was in the streets, when I was gangbanging, I was already aware that I was making patriarchal choices. I just didn't know how else to be and still be seen as a legitimate human. So when I got into prison, I started just reading Bell Hooks again on my own, just like for myself. And maybe it's just the nature of who I am, or just, I can't just sit on it. But I was just like, I need to share this with others, because I was seeing my brothers, the people I was locked up with, who I love, like suffering through the same